Welcome to this week's Brass Chat. My name's Alex Parker. I'm BB's Partnership and Relationship Development Manager. And I'm joined today by the wonderful Vos Baker, who is this year's UniBrass Organising Committee Chair. And we're going to find out a little bit more about UniBrass, what it does, what's going on in about a week's time, maybe even less than a week's time when this actually goes out. I first met Vos when she was bidding to host UniBrass back in, what year was it? Was it 2019?
Yeah, 2019
would have been the first year. So I'm a trustee for UniBrass, and there's a group of us that help make sure the contest moves from different university to university as time progresses. One of the things we do is we get bids from universities to become the host. So yeah, that's when I first met Vos, when she was a wee second year.
I think I actually met you earlier, because I think I remember you at the York, would have been 2018 UniBrass, because you were selling programs, and I remember having a conversation with you, but that was a bit of a passing one.
I was probably just coming up to moving to Sheffield myself at that point.
I think that was why you were talking to us.
I think I remember that. I was running around selling programs at the end of the day, hawking them out to everybody. So Vos, for those that don't really know, let's just make sure we tell people what UniBrass is.
Yeah, so UniBrass itself is the National University Brass Band Championships of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So obviously that's a huge mouthful. So very nicely shortened to UniBrass. And yeah, so it's an annual competition, and it's organised by like a committee of students at a specific host university. Like as Parky was saying before, there's a bidding process, and then you have a committee from your uni. Generally, it's from the uni band, but sometimes a bit wider. And then they all work together to host that. So obviously, I'm the chair of the Sheffield Organising Committee this year and also last year. And yeah, so it's the event, which is like the University Brass Band Championships. Our one is taking place on the 5th of Feb, so really soon. And so all bands from across the country come and compete. We've got about 20 or so bands competing. There's two sections, the trophy section and the shield section. And you've got like all the bands, they're all really good. And you've got, there's a variety of bands from, Huddersfield, Salford, Royal Birmingham Conservatoire, obviously, Sheffield, Lancaster, Southampton. We've got our newest band is King's College from London. So it's really good to welcome them to the event. And so all the bands will play a 20-minute entertainment set, but it's not all just about the winning and losing. There's a massive social element to the day. And actually we are also giving everyone the opportunity to perform outdoors. So like at the contest we managed to have in June, like just kind of at the end of lockdown, it was whatever the last stage was before everything got like opened up. We had an outdoors contest, and it was really nice to have the bands performing outside. People were just coming past. The location was quite like a thoroughfare outside the Students' Union at the University of Sheffield. It was nice to just have people passing by and kind of wondering what's going on and just stopping to stay for a little bit. So we decided that actually, okay, it's February, so not quite a nice weather, but as long as it's all right weather, we'll have the same kind of location and a few outdoor performances. So after the bands have played, we'll just go over to the outdoor performance space, do one piece from their set, like it's a fairly relaxed thing, and just so that people know there's things going on. It's not just a load of random people with cases.
I think it's really great that where a brass band contest is happening, you're putting something on just to show those passing people what's going on, that brass bands are there, what you do, and that's helping to make those that don't really know what brass bands are, what we do, be more aware and kind of start to see and reach new audiences. So I think that's a really lovely thing to be doing. So it sounds like there's a real range of universities there. Do all the students study music?
Oh no, not at all. There's some bands where obviously the majority are music students, kind of the ones you'd expect from the conservatoires and like the kind of music focused universities. But most of them, like there's a lot of them don't do music for their degree, and actually there are some universities where they don't even have a music department. So for example, I know Sheffield, we're probably at least half STEM students, if not more.
So roughly how many students have you got signed up?
We've got about 750, which is a really, really good number.
That's a good number. I think we now think we're the largest student-run music festival, certainly in the UK, at UniBrass, which is I think something to be proud of, that brass bands can be on that kind of scale.
Technically, you could probably say that we're the largest event of its kind in the world.
We'll say that until we know otherwise. So let's talk a little bit more about some of the contests. So we've got two sections, which you call the trophy section and the shield section. Let's start with the trophy section. Tell us about that.
So that's going to be taking place in the Octagon Centre, which is like a big performance and like conference centre at the university. And we've got 10 bands in that section, or 10 bands at the moment. Our adjudicators for that section are going to be Andrea Price and Chris King. So Chris King is Ferrari's conductor, and Andrea is former percussionist at Black Dyke. In the shield section, that's going to take place in the drama studio, which is it's a nice building. It's an old converted, I think, Methodist church. So yeah, that's like a more intimate venue. And yeah, so that's the drama studio, and our adjudicators for that are Jane Morrill and Jack Capstaff. So
when you're thinking about adjudicators, what do you think about when you're making those choices? Because I bet you that not many people sort of know the thought that goes into making sure the right people are doing that.
The selection of adjudicators is really important for the contest, because we have quite a strong ethos, and we want to encourage innovation, and we want to encourage entertainment and kind of have a progressive mindset. And also, it's for us as the organising committee, it's really important to have women in adjudicating as well. So we've got an equal panel in both sections. And yeah, the key thing is willingness to kind of be creative with it. And obviously, there's also you need to be able to adjudicate and kind of know your stuff.
It's that fine balance for UniBrass between all about the music, but also how is the presentation innovative as well, and how to balance the reward between maybe you've got something very innovative as the way that you're putting your performance out there. Maybe in the projection is clever, or you've got some sort of clever staging. And university bands are brilliant at trying things. They don't always work, but knowing when to reward the things that do, and then balancing that against the musicality, because you might have some band, the music standards is not necessarily at the same level as some others, but they've done something very clever and very entertaining with how they've delivered it. So it's a difficult thing to balance that, and finding the right people is a challenge. So do I understand you've got some guest adjudicators as well?
We're running a student adjudication scheme. So it's basically there'll be like one student adjudicator in each section who will kind of shadow the real adjudicators, and give them an opportunity to learn, kind of see what the adjudicators listen to, kind of how they make the decisions. Given the opportunity to just try adjudicating, so no pressure. And it's actually one of the people who is going to be a student adjudicator. So she's not even a brass player. So it's nice, we're kind of reaching out wider as well.
Yeah, great. Lovely to have somebody not from our world see what we do, and really seeing their inner workings if they're shadowing an adjudicator like that. Anyone else coming to the contest? Any traders or anything like that? Anything happening on the sides of the contest?
Yeah, we've got the Army Band will be having the trade stand there. And obviously Brass Bands England will have a presence. And then obviously we've got the gala concert as well. I don't think I've forgotten anyone.
No, well, so the gala, let's hear more about that.
So one part of the gala concert is just to do something totally new, like a kind of festival kind of thing to end the day. And then to do something that's like unique and different. Like we've got a really unique lineup that you're never going to see ever again. I doubt. And I mean, if it all hits off amazingly, then you might do. But part of it is obviously giving the students kind of like a almost demonstration of, this is what this band will do.
So to welcome people from Sheffield and a bit wider with a sort of final end of the day. Now, before the gala concert kicks off, I think we should tell people about the UniBrass results ceremony, because it's unlike any other results ceremony in any contest anywhere.
It is quite an experience, to be honest. The UniBrass results ceremony, quite often you'll hear like chants of like Yorkshire, like across the hall.
The way I describe it to people is it's the closest brass bands do to getting in a stadium crowd or a football chant. The last bands played, people have probably been in the bar a little bit during the day, and they come into this and it's absolutely rammed. All the bands come. You'll get Mexican waves going round, all waiting for the adjudicators who've disappeared off into their little room to kind of finalise the results. It's just an absolutely electric atmosphere. No one knows who's won. Everyone's got a bit of bravado, having been on stage, done their thing, and then the results come out, and there's whoops, cheers, exciting and enjoyable chaos, I think is a good way to describe it. And then we go off into the gala concert. So who's playing this year?
Yeah, so we have Friary Brass Band with Dennis Rollins, who is a jazz funk trombonist, and a bona fide trombone quartet. So it's a real festival of the trombone at this gala concert. And as people may be aware, so Friary, they're renowned for their entertainment performances. They've won several audience entertainment prizes at Brass in Concert, and I think things at Butlins and stuff as well.
From what I understand, we're going to be treated to not one but two audiences prize winning performances from Brass in Concert. So they've got the story of the princess that they tell in their certainly unique way. It's very funny, a lot of slapstick, a lot of comedy, but also a lot of quality. Certainly the most recent one, we were treated to a frankly astonishing performance of the Bluebells of Scotland from Isabel Dawes, the band's principal trombone, who is also in the bona fide trombone quartet. So I think we're going to get treated to another rendition of that. Young children who were just up to my waist was standing watching this performance with their jaws on the floor, young trombonists and things like that. So I think that on its own is brilliant. And then what's Dennis doing within that mix, do you know?
So he's definitely doing some performances with the band. I think there's a number of arrangements that have been done specifically for the gala concert. So obviously Dennis has got a totally non-brass band kind of background, so it'll be really exciting and kind of interesting to see how like the fusion of brass band and like funky jazz.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really great concert. I think people are going to be wishing they were there if they've not got tickets, and it's just that blend of the UniBrass atmosphere, a really great band playing, new arrangements with Dennis Rollins, and I also know that Dennis, a bona fide, have got some new arrangements for 5 trombones done together as well. So and it's great to see brass bands trying new things, blending genres, because let's be honest, what is a brass band other than a vehicle to present lots of different genres of music? The flexibility of a brass band ensemble is probably more flexible than absolutely anything else. So there's a real great reason to come to that. So how do people get tickets?
There are some ticket links on our website. I think it's unibrass.co.uk/the contest. I think it's the dash contest. So there's a whole page of audience information in there. So it has the ticket links in there, as well as the participant information.
And can people buy tickets on the day?
Yes, yeah. Tickets are available on the door. We do have limited capacity, so it is advisable to book in advance.
Well, I understand that certainly for the gala concert, we're coming up to 50% capacity. So if you are wanting to come to that, you better get on and buy your tickets, because they might not be available on the door when it comes to it. So is that the end of the day?
It's the end of the day for the audience, but it is not the end of the day for the bands.
Right.
Yeah, after the gala concert, we have a social for the participating bands. We've got exclusive discounts throughout the day, and then we've got exclusive discounts for the social participants.
Yeah, I've heard a little. A bird told me that you're actually going to be running the Students' Union cheaper than Wetherspoons for the day. How have you managed that?
Well, we have our ways. We've managed to strike up a deal with the Students' Union, so that we get 50p off a pint of the special UniBrass beer, and we have a very special name for that beer.
Go on then, what's the beer going to be called?
No groans, right? It's called Beeratone.
Very good. I like it. And this is members of the public can go and sit in the SU during the day. The live stream of the contest is going to be on in there as well. Yes. So even if you are watching the contest and you want to go and have a little bit of a break, have a drink, have some lunch or something like that, you can go over, keep watching from inside the SU. We do have a food and drink deal as well. So it's in interval, which is kind of the main bar that we'll be operating in. So we've got pizza and a drink for £9, which is, it's a really good deal. And as any Sheffield student will tell you, the interval pizzas are really good. So I think we'll all be going a few times. So no one's going hungry.
No.
So I think we need to explain more about the social to those at home. It is absolutely unique. It's a nightclub taken over completely by university brass band students. They've spent weeks working on their program. They've done it. Now they need to let off some steam. So they all go off into the SU bar. And I understand there's somebody playing.
Yes, we have backstage brass playing hot from their performance at Butlins,
featuring our very own Sam Fisher, who works for BBE as our safeguarding officer for his other alter ego life with us. I think they were brilliant at Butlins backstage. They brought the house down and had people up and dancing. Probably the best thing entertainment wise of the weekend. It was really great. I can't wait to see all the students with backstage. That's going to be brilliant.
There is more to the social as well. So we do have a couple of rooms as well. So there's a karaoke hall room, and we've also got a more chilled board games and kind of a more socially distant space if anyone's a bit COVID nervous. We are trying to cater for everyone.
Great. I think UniBrass does a brilliant job at that inclusivity side of things, making sure that everything's available for people, whether it's wheelchair access or anything else, that people just can get in touch and let us know, and we'll do everything we can to accommodate. And I think it's going to be a really fantastic event. So if you want to find out more, you can go to unibrass.co.uk as UniBrass's website. And there's plenty of history of the contest up there, as well as other things that the UniBrass organisation do, like our summer school that we launched last year that's coming back again, and a few other bits and pieces. And if you've never been to UniBrass, you really should come. It's fantastic. Whether you're an audience member, a player, it's a really, really brilliant weekend. So get yourselves down to Sheffield on the 5th of February. All day, and enjoy your day out. It won't disappoint you, I promise.
You're missing out if you don't come.
Yeah, I think particularly this year, given that it's the sort of year of recovery. But one thing we forgot is that by a quirk of fate, UniBrass is probably about the only contest that's not had a truly interrupted schedule. We've had a contest in each year because we were one of the last things in February 2020 before the pandemic took over in the UK. Then there was a slightly alternative but still contest in June 2021, and now we're back on schedule in 2022. So great, thank you very much, Vos, and see you all soon, everybody, and see you at UniBrass. Take care.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.